Hello everyone, this is an easy tutorial on how to download Windows 11 or Windows 10 even if you don't have TPM 2.0 chip or 4 gigs of RAM. It should be easy. So first you will need the Windows 11 image or the ISO. So just search up Windows 11 ISO, just like that. So the first result should be download Windows 11 by the Microsoft website. So after you press this, you will go into this. You should not download the Windows 11 installation assistant because if your PC doesn't have the TPM 2.0 chip or 4 gigs of RAM, it will not work with this one. So you need to scroll down on download Windows 11 this image ISO for x64 devices. So if you don't have an x64 CPU, this method will not work for you probably. So most people here have like x64 CPUs already, so it should be fine. So just press Windows 11 multi-edition ISO for x64 devices and press download now. After you press that, you will need to pick a language. It's better if you go English, I guess. I mean, it's the norm. But if they have your language in there, you can just choose that. After you press that, you can press download Windows 11 English. So as you can see, it will download right up there. So for me, I already downloaded this ISO. So I can just skip that, so I can pause it. But if you haven't downloaded it, you should definitely download it because that's what you need to install Windows 11, of course. And after you do that, you will need to download Rufus. So Rufus, it will create a bootable USB. By the way, you will need a USB for this. At least like 8 gigs or 16 gigs would be better. So download this and make sure that you have a USB. So just press Rufus 4.6, save that as well. So go to your downloads folder. So this is the Rufus. So it basically installs Windows 11 right here. So you will need your ISO. So I will cut to that in a bit. So right here, I just copied my copy of Windows 11 ISO. This is also from the website from Microsoft. So all you need to do is plug your USB in your device. So right now, I will plug my USB in. In Rufus, if you plug your USB in, you will see it on devices. So as for example, I will plug my USB in my computer or my laptop. You will hear that noise and you'll see right there. I have a 32 gig flash drive right there. So you will need to select your ISO. Just press select and locate the Windows 11 ISO, which is this one right here. So just press that. It will scan it, and after a while, you can name it to whatever you like. You can go to volume label. You can just put Windows 11 or Win 11. I would rather keep like these options like same as it was because it's better that way. I don't know what they do or what's the difference between GPT and MBR or whatever. So I'll keep it like this. So let's put it in front of the screen like this. So just press start. And you can see right here, remove requirements for 4 gig RAM, secure boot, and TPM 2.0. So that's what you need to check. And I would also like to, if I were you, I would also like to remove requirement for an online account, Microsoft account. So that's good too if you don't like creating one. And then you can also go for disable data collection. That's good because you need privacy, because Windows nowadays will take every data that they can from you. So like I'd rather keep that off. And it's so if you want to disable BitLocker, it's like device encryption. I don't really know much about it, but I like to disable it. And keep this in mind, if you don't want to go through the Windows installation, you can just create a local account with a username or whatever. But for the video purposes, I would like to not do this, because just to show you how it works and how to install it in a device that doesn't support TPM 2.0. So just press OK, and it will prompt warning all data on this. Yeah, by the way, all data on your USB will be deleted, so just keep that in mind. After you do that, it's gonna delete the partition, and just wait for this to finish, and after a while it will be done. I will come back when this is finished. So when it's done, you will need to eject the USB and go into your other device or the device that you want to install Windows 11 in. Mind you, if that device has a files on it, everything will be deleted. So just keep that in mind. So go to your USB like this one and then eject it. You don't have to eject it, but just to be safe, you can eject it. and go to your second device, which I'll do in a bit.
So when you're on the screen, so you have your laptop, it's better if you keep it plugged. So just insert your USB into the USB port, just like that. This is the USB that I use, by the way. So just turn on your laptop, and you will need to go on the BIOS. So for the BIOS, on this ThinkPad, you will just go press enter, and you will press F1 to enter the BIOS. But most motherboards, you will need to press delete or F2. So after a few minutes, you should be in BIOS. So where do you want to go? Is go on startup or boot. So when you're on startup or boot, you can go on the boot and configure your boot devices to make the USB, this one, USB HDD SanDisk Cruiser Blade, that's mine. So you will need to make that as your priority. So you need to move it to one. In my case, you will need to press Shift and plus on the highlight the USB, and then Shift and plus. See, it moves up to number 1. So after that, you will go back and go on restart or save. So exit, saving changes. So you need to exit and save your changes, and just wait for it to boot. It should be right back up. So when you're on this screen, just press next right there, and then your keyboard, put it on your preferred one. Mine is United States International, just like that. And install Windows 11. I agree on everything. So just press that, next. Just wait for it. It's gonna get things ready. Since we enabled the remove the request for TPM 2.0, it won't show here, but usually that's where you'll see it, the request. So just scroll down. You don't need to read it, actually, just accept it. There you go. So when you're here, check your disk if what you're using. So you will need to delete all the files on the old one. In this case, that will be disk 0. Mine is gonna be partition 3, partition 2, and partition 1. I will delete all of those. So delete partition 1. You will need to do those on your disk where installed was previously installed, so just delete that. So after deleting those, the older thing here was Windows X Lite, so you'll need to delete that. As you can see, I have 0 disk 0 unallocated space. It's 192 gigabytes, basically 200 gigabytes of HDD storage is unallocated, so I can use it. So what I can do now is highlight it and then press next, and it should install. So just give it a few seconds. It should do its thing. There, it says ready to install Windows 11 Pro and keep nothing. So just press install like that, and it's installing Windows 11.